So I was watching like Madagascar, and I know it's a kids' cartoon, and I know it's something I probably shouldn't be watching, but um, I watched the first one first, and I think that one still has the most appeal. I mean, it has the fresh script, and um, I think the cartoon's the most clever. But anyway, they get lost after escaping the zoo, and they go to Madagascar, where they meet jungle animals until they're rescued by the penguins in the ship. So that one was good. But then the next one, the second one, um, they end up in Africa, and the animals meet the animals where they've descended from, and they realize that they're sort of exactly like each other. It's a little bit like the Lion King in the fact that the pride of the lions are um, trying to have some sort of uncle figure or brother of the main pride line to rule, and you know and so there's a little bit of a pride battle there, and that's similar to the Lion King. But and other things don't make sense, like why would a giraffe want to date a hippo? And they're just totally mismatched. Why doesn't the giraffe like the other giraffes, and the hippos, you know um the hippo didn't date another hippo, but they were charmed by the giraffe because the giraffe seemed to like them and show some charm, and it just is a ridiculous relationship. And how did a shark get up a volcano to chase one of the squirrels into the volcano crate where it falls to its death? I mean, that's a little bit silly too. So it's not a perfect cartoon. There's heaps of silly bits, and the granny woman is totally violently assaulted, and they're totally violently assaultive towards animals too. So the granny fights are really surreal, and she gets tortured with surreal violence, and then she tortures the animals with surreal violence, and it's just like totally violent surreal violence in with the granny subject sort of thing. And then the third one is ridiculous, because it's about the animals trying to get back from Africa to the zoo, and they end up being chased by an animal catcher. And the animal catcher, the lead one, is a woman who wants a lion's head as her trophy, and she hunts the animals down, and they join a circus and buy the circus to be able to escape the animal captures. And to get back to America, they need to be sponsored, and to do that, they need to have a really great act. And so they get really good at being circus animals in a really short time, and they're outrunning the animal captures all the way through. Now the woman animal capture, she's like more like a spider. She's some superhuman woman who, is evil and on the hunt, and she constantly walks like a spider all the way through. And I think, the fact that she's so superhuman is like totally surreal. Um, and so she's the person attacking on the hunt, and she just everything about her character is like what she can do, you know, is totally surreal with her body, like punch holes through walls of apartment buildings and stuff. Um, and then in this one, there's a romance continuing with the hippo and the giraffe. But there's also a romance with a cheetah and a lion, and there's a romance with a bear and a musket, or whatever the squirrel thing is. Um, so the relationships are no better. I mean, as if cheetahs date lions, and as if a bear will date a little musket sort of thing. So um, they're once again, the relationships are a bit ridiculous, but you know, and the level of circus is ridiculous in the short amount of time. But in the end, they decide that the zoo isn't for them anymore. They like the circus, and so they stay with the circus. So it's just the plots are a little bit far out after the first one. But I mean, you can watch it easily enough. I mean, I watched the three in 3 days, but it's just silly. Is the best way to put it. It's good. The cartooning's excellent, but it's the plot's just a bit silly. I mean, the animals that are together don't actually belong together. But I guess in cute fairy tale land, personality speaks better than common sense. But it's just silly, in certain parts. But cartoons aren't about 100% reality either. So you can overlook the silliness saying, oh, it's a cartoon. Cartoons aren't supposed to be like 100% reality, which is true enough, but it is a little bit silly. That's the best way to say it.